What is up, vinyl and music lovers? I'm assuming that's what you guys are, if you're here. But I have records again. So these are all of my online orders for when I was stuck inside with COVID. I kind of when I was stuck inside because I couldn't go to the stores, obviously. I mean, I could have, but that just would have been a dick move. Like, why would I do that? Um, so I was scouring the internet for records because I had, next best option. And over the course of like 3 days, I think I kind of made it my mission. I was binging Game of Thrones and like on eBay and Discogs like nonstop. I was just looking for good deals on records, great like really good records musically, which these are all jazz. So I will say that off the bat. If you're not into jazz, if you don't care to know about this, that's okay with me. Uh, I get it. Not everybody's into jazz. I love jazz. If you guys don't know already, but so yeah, they are all jazz records, but I found some good deals on some good records. I would say four of them are lesser talked about records. A couple of them are probably lesser known. Um, but the last one, pretty much everybody should know. Even if you're not into jazz, everybody knows this record. Uh, but I got a special version of it. Anyways, so I found five records, and I mean, I think I scored pretty good. But before I get into that, I want to talk about an upgrade I'm thinking of making and what your guys' thoughts are on this. So I'm thinking of adding just a little tube preamp to go with my receiver to kind of give, I mean, I guess just make my music sonically better, give it some bigger bottom end, maybe some more clarity in there. I think I was looking at a brand called like Fauci or Foci on Amazon. I think like the $80 model. I don't know the model name or number, but what I'm getting at is let me know if you guys have any recommendations in that area. I'm not super knowledgeable about that stuff, um, but if you have any recommendations, I'll be happy to take them. I'm gonna do some more research into it and probably make that upgrade soon. I'll probably have to buy some uh, like aftermarket tubes, which is fine. I'm okay with that, but it's something I'm kind of excited for. We'll see what happens. Anyways, getting into the records. I'm not going to show the stack because that might give some away. But first one, we've got Genesis by Elvin Jones on Blue Note. This is the like West Coast Blue Note label. So this one you just generally don't see as much, the label itself. There's not many records that were put out on that label, so I always think it's kind of cool to have some. I think I've got a couple more back in here. But this is a great record. Um, my friend from Reddit, who I went to the record show with, he kind of turned me on to this record. I had seen it before, I hadn't really given it a good listen, and I listened to it, and I was in a big post-bop mood. And this kind of fit the bill perfectly. A little bit spacey, but like still free, but not too free. This is a phenomenal record. And I'm gonna tell you this, but this came in the shrink wrap, and I took the shrink wrap off. I think it looks great. Looks nice and crispy. The record itself is crispy too. This is a great record though. Don't ever see this one talked about. Genesis by Elvin Jones. Check that one out. The next one I recently got hit to. I had never heard of this artist. I had never heard of this record. I was going through a list of overlooked jazz records, and this one popped up, and I was like, "Oh, that cover looks interesting. I'll check it out." And I fell in love with it. The record I'm talking about is Abstract by the Joe Harriott Quintet. This is on that Dimensions in Jazz Capitol label with the brown label, which is pretty gross looking. And I hate this sticker up here. But anyways, this music is amazing. Joe Harriott was a Jamaican jazz musician who moved to England in the 50s. So this is some English jazz by way of Jamaica. But this is amazing. I listened to it, I streamed it first, and I was like, whoa, like why is this record not talked about more? They used to call Joe Harriott the English Ornette Coleman. I don't quite see that comparison too much. You know, I get it, they're both playing freer. at a pretty early time in jazz, but their tones don't sound the same. They're nothing alike, really, in my opinion. But still, this is some great post-boppy, still in a hard bop vein, but this is really fun and playful. If you don't know this record, check this one out. These US pressings are not expensive. Now, the UK pressings on Columbia are very rare and go for about 200 bucks now. But this record is awesome. If you like post bop and a hard bop vein, check this one out. Really, that one sounds amazing too. And that's the stereo pressing. There's a mono, and it sounds amazing. Seriously, check that one out. The next one is one I wasn't sure what condition it was going to be in. And it kind of came, the seller said it was VG. Uh, looking at it, it doesn't look VG. It plays VG though. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And that is Getting Together by Paul Consalves, I believe. I know who he is, I just don't know how to say his name. Paul Consalves. Paul Consalves. He's a pretty famous jazz musician. This is on Jazzland. But the cool thing about this one, this isn't quite the reason I bought it. I actually didn't even notice it's this until after I bought it. It is a review copy, not to be sold. This is the original mono pressing with a textured cover. So this is just straight up cardboard on here. No lamination or anything. So I'm pretty stoked that this is in pretty good condition. The record itself is, I don't even know if you'll be able to see this. It's okay. You can kind of see it there. It plays pretty good though. It still sounds really good. I would like to get an upgrade copy, but for now this will suffice. But this is also just a banger of a record. This is a great hard bop session, and the lineup on here is insane. You've got Paul Consalves, Nat Adderley, Wynton Kelly, Sam Jones, and Jimmy Cobb. That's a killer lineup, and it shows in the music. This record is super, super killer. If you don't know this record, check this one out if you like hard bop. They say it's a little post boppy, maybe like for a little bit. It's very much a hard bop record. It's killer though. It's not your typical hard bop record. I'm in love with this record right now. It's just, the music is amazing. If you don't know this record, Getting Together, check this one out. And Jazzland is also a great label. There's some great records on this label that don't get talked about quite enough. I never see that Getting Together talked about. I've never seen it talked about, and it should be. That is a phenomenal record that needs some more coverage. The next one is more known. This is Interplay by Bill Evans. This is a second Riverside pressing. Sorry about that glare. Second Riverside pressing that is just clean. Very, very clean. It's a stereo pressing. But again, another killer lineup on here. You've got Freddie Hubbard, Jim Hall, Percy Heath, and Philly Joe Jones on the sticks. What's not to love about that? A later Bill Evans Riverside release. But one that I think should be given some more credit, to be quite honest. This is a great record. It finds Bill Evans outside of his typical trio and into a quintet. But the playing is fun on here. They all work so well together. My favorite song, When You Wish Upon a Star, it's classic. And it's a great version on here. Interplay is great. Wrap Your Troubles in Dreams, sorry. Oh man, You and the Night and the Music, that's a great tune too. This is a great record. I love the Bill Evans trio stuff, but this record needs some more coverage in my opinion. This one needs to be talked about a little bit more because it is a phenomenal record. And these second pressings can be had for $45, $50 compared to second pressings of, Waltz for Debbie, which are still $300 on this label. That's a steal for this, in my opinion. Okay, on to the last one. This one I saw on eBay. it was a buy it now, but I could make an offer. I think they originally had it listed for 190, and I made an offer for 150 on this, and they accepted it, and I was stoked. Um, this is a huge upgrade for me. I had a 70s press of this on the green Impulse label, and I mean, this is a huge step up for me, especially even the condition. But that is a Love Supreme. This is a second stereo pressing. And this sucker is clean. I mean, you've got like a little bit of wear up here. That's about it. I mean, this thing is, woo! Look at that lamination on there. I love these Impulse covers with the lamination. They're awesome. Inside, super, super clean. Spine. I mean, you've got like a mark here, but come on. That's clean. But the record, it has a couple of marks on it. The seller said it was VG plus. It might not look VG plus, but there's a couple marks on here. Hey, you can see me in the phone. Anyways, it's still clean though. I mean, I listened to it earlier and there's almost no noise on here. It's pretty damn quiet. Yeah, I'm super, super stoked to finally have a good copy of this. I did some research on this one, and people say that this is the definitive stereo pressing. It sounds amazing. I've never heard an original 65 stereo. This is a 67. But this copy sounds, oh my God, the mastering on it still has the Van Gelder stamps on it. And it sounds so damn good. I mean, it melted me earlier. It sounded great. Very, very stoked to have this. This will be my copy for a very long time, I bet. I would still like an original mono copy. Those are getting up there in price nowadays, so I don't know when I'll ever have one. Could be years from now, and that's okay. This will happily suffice until then. I mean, very, very stoked about this. I would say that was definitely the steal. I mean, I still paid, a good amount for it, but for a second stereo that's super clean and virtually just no noise with it, I think I got a pretty damn good deal on that. But that is it. Like I said, 5 records. I'm not even going to try and put this back in right now. 5 records, all just killer. There's no filler in here. They all are amazing records. If you like jazz, if you want to get into jazz, obviously Love Supreme. It's one of the best jazz records of all time. Interplay is a great place to start. That Getting Together by Paul Gonsalves is a great place to start. Those are both phenomenal records. The Interplay is pretty easy to find. The Paul Gonsalves is an original mono pressing, is a little rare. So I would just stream it. Honestly, it's on YouTube. But yeah, that's the haul that I got. I think I made out pretty good for being stuck inside. Very stoked to finally have all these in person and just being able to have new music to groove to. I mean, I sat here and listened to all of them between yesterday and today. But hope everybody's doing good. I'm sure I'll see you guys again soon. I don't know when. I don't film these on a schedule. It's whenever I get new records, to be quite honest. And I don't really have an interest in filming my most valuable records. I'm just a modest record collector, I've got some rare stuff, got some cool stuff. I don't know. Maybe in the future. Take it easy, everybody. I hope the rest of your week is great.